Yes, it's Jumani, also known as Jubian Watchner, is always Arsenal. Back in Champions League football, and we started with a bang. I must say, 4-0 victory over PSV, and apart from the score being a high scoring game, I think it was one of our better performances for the season. Of course, we started with our back line, Ben White right back. We had Gabriel and Saliba in the centre back position, and Zinchenko playing left back like a boss. Of course, we had Raya in goal, and by now we should accept, I in particular, on the verge of accepting that Raya is our number one keeper. He has better qualities than Ramsdale, but I still saying off the bat that Ramsdale do deserve this kind of treatment. But anyway, we heading towards being a big club, a bigger club, and as a matter of fact, trying to retain our status as one of the major players in the world. And we back in Champions League, so let me just stifle the growth. So let me accept Raya, I accept him, but I hope that something works out in the best interest of our goalkeeping department. Right now, out of the way. We had Odegaard, Rice, and Kai Havertz in the midfield. And of course, on top, we had Trossard coming in for Martinelli, who is injured, Saka, and Gabriel Jesus on top. Now, we started in blistering form. Of course, we got an early goal, Saka, then Trossard, then Gabriel Jesus, and we was in cruise control more or less. We definitely played like we played with swagger. When you look at the distribution, especially in the midfield with Odegaard basically dominating the midfield and eventually getting the man of the match award, PSV wasn't ready. Now, PSV is normally a good side in the Champions League, but I think we were just too good for them to handle. Of course, playing on a rainy day in the Emirates, it worked in our favor. Of course, the ball was able to move on the surface, and we just was way better than PSV. My thing though is if this is our back line, I think we have to maintain it. If you realize when we bring on Tomiyasu and so on, he adopts the role that Zinchenko is playing and probably the best in the world to play that kind of inverted left back position. And it's working. My only concern is as we go further into the competition, because we would make it through the group stage. I know Sevilla is a difficult game, Lens will also be a difficult game. But as we go further into the Champions League campaign, I think we have to definitely focus on maintaining that defensive shape. Because we going forward, we have no problem. But I think although PSV didn't pose any real threat, I think when we play against Spurs and when we play in the Premier League and stuff, we have to maintain that same back line for them to get accustomed to being a defensive, cohesive unit. Of course, with Rice in front there, of course, we welcome Rice. As I said during the transfer window, I welcome Rice. I'm not 100% sure about Kai, but he looked good against PSV. And of course, he has the experience in the Champions League. So, keeping this one tight, and we head forward to the Spurs game, of course, the London Derby, which I anticipate was still going to be a difficult one, although they don't have the likes of Harry Kane and Lloris in goal. But I think that we definitely stand a real good chance of beating Spurs. I expecting more or less the same lineup. I don't think Kai would start. I think Vieira deserves to start. And yeah, watch now is always Arsenal.